Welcome to New York Brothers Broadcast, here with my partner Kenneth Pinedo and a special guest
What's
all
up,
the
guys?
way in New York, Mr. Jose
Representing.
Polanco. Say hi,
How's
Jose.
everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being with me. I know it's a little out of that time frame that you guys usually do it, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I'm up all the time. Kenny never
Awesome. Yeah,
sleeps.
you're right.
Yeah, I'm up too, so it wasn't too bad.
Gotcha.
Just for the fans out there, Jose is our thorn in our side. He makes
Yes.
conversations a lot more exciting. So I'm excited to do this video today. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. First of all, Kenny has it in the background. Much deserved. Mr. Aaron Judge tied for the home run record, 61 with Roger Maris. All right. We'll start with you, Jose. Tell me what you think about Judge hitting 61. All right. Brief couple seconds, and then I'll get into some questions about Judge after that. Tell me what you think about that, man.
I pretty much think it's ridiculous. I don't think we would actually see this. Like, it happened 20 years ago, and we know what happened there, with the juicing and stuff like that. So, that was legendary stuff. And him doing it clean, that's ridiculous. So we basically have a 2022 Barry Bonds the way they're pitching to him. Nobody's pitching to him. Nobody's giving him anything to pitch. The last, I guess, 5 at-bats after the 2 at-bats, he hit the 61, 5 straight walks. Like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nobody's pitching to him. So kudos to him. Yo, terrible situation for Cashman. Um, this is like a terrible situation because now you have a guy that's 20 miles away in Cohen that has the money, and if he doesn't win the World Series, he's going to go all the way. So it's going to be a huge off season this year. So kudos to him. He bet on himself, and man, did he win! I mean, this guy's going to win a triple crown. So
Yeah.
he's a contact hitter. I mean, this guy only has 150 strikeouts. Like that's ridiculous. He cut his strikeouts by 50. It's 20%.
Wow.
Like so, it's kudos to him. He gambled on himself and he won.
Yeah. Kenny, tell me what you think real quick, and then I have 3 questions for you regarding this season, guys.
Yeah, I agree. It's we're watching history in the making, so
Yeah.
it's definitely legendary. Um, I personally don't like it because it's contract year. You guys know how you guys know how I feel about that.
Oh
It's just
man.
like, but I think
Kenny's worst
Cashman,
nightmare. Your worst
yeah,
nightmare.
I hate that. But Cashman, he's gonna have to pay Judge.
Yeah.
Um, he's going to hear it from everybody if Judge walks away and goes to a different team, especially if it's somebody like the Mets. So, there's no choice but to pay the guy, give him the years, give him the money that he wants. I mean, he did his thing. Like Jose said, he bet on himself and he won, so Cashman has no choice but to pretty much give him the bag.
Yeah. And it's funny because a week ago we were talking about is he MVP? That's done. That's cemented. Let's not even talk about that. There's no reason for a podcast for that. But let me ask you guys 3 questions. How much of a difference him hitting 61, almost winning the triple crown, will make a difference in his money this offseason? Is this season an outlier? Will he repeat something at least close? And does this mean anything if he doesn't win a ring, since Roger Maris and Babe Ruth both won a ring? Let's start with you, Jose. What do you think?
In terms of money, man, I would say easily $100 million. What from what they offered? So they offered what? Like, how much did they offer, Kevin? Like 200,
Yeah, around the low twos, mid twos, around that 240 around there.
including this year. What was it, like 240, right?
Yeah, around 240.
230.
Yeah.
So let's say 240. I would say another $100 million he added on his contract, and possibly more. Again, it's Cohen. It's he likes California, the Giants. They have all those contracts coming off. So for them to build around Judge, and he's from Cali, like it's a huge problem for Cashman. This could make or break Cashman, to be honest with you, because
Mhm.
this is like imagine we lost the World Series and we lost Judge. Like, who's gonna be our corner of Stanton? Like, like we can't build on a guy like that. We have to keep building on Judge, and this increases the value because now he's a contact hitter with power. That's ridiculous. So, um, Giants could go 400 million. You
That's what
know,
I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. They're gonna go crazy.
Cohen can say 425 for 11 years. He gave 10 to Lindor, even though he's a little younger. But this is a guy this is a triple crown potential winner. This is something that on his contract season. A lot of these teams are gonna have needs. I think it's gonna look like 5 years. You're gonna pay him $50 million a year for those 5 years, 6 years, and then maybe give him an opt out, or and also offer of 3 or 4 years. So it could be 9 years. It could be 4 years of 25 million on the back end and $50 million a year on the front six or front four,
Now tell me
five,
what you think
something like
about
that.
if he doesn't win a ring, what does this mean towards this new record he might break? Well, knock on wood, he will break.
Listen, the Yankees are the kind of team that you can say they can blow it in the division or they could win it all. It's the most emotional, weirdest team. It's just so up and down. So right now that Houston is looking like the ones that they're coming out of the East. So, if we get there and we lose, I think it's still successful because a lot of people didn't, had us as the clear cut. But if he doesn't make it, or let's say the division, that's disastrous. I would say if you make it to the ALCS 7 games to Houston at Houston, whether win or lose, I think it's pretty much successful year for Judge and the 61 years, 61 home runs. Sorry. So I say all in all, I mean, it's been pretty successful now. If he wins the ring, I mean, we're talking even more dollars because he's probably part of the success or them winning the ring. So that just adds to the dollar. So I say right now, Judge has been a huge impact to the Yankees. They don't move unless he moves. I think it's great so far, but it all depends too in the division. If they lose in a division, again, this is an up and down team.
Jose, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
if Judge has a bad bad playoffs, whether we are successful, we win the championship or whatever, do you think that hinders his contract a little bit?
No,
Not at all.
absolutely not, because you're not even looking at the aspect of him and his ability, but also his off the field thing. How much money, the T-shirts. This guy's gonna sell so much to a franchise, especially the
It's money,
Giants.
yeah.
Like, it's gonna make so much money. It's not even funny. So it's not even fair to give him $50 million a year. To be honest with you, we don't look at the books. We can't see the books in MLB, so we don't know what they actually make off of this guy. But yeah, I think I don't think it hinders anything on his contract. I think he's gonna make his money again. Cohen.
Mhm.
That's all I gotta say. Like, it's crazy.
Does anyone know
So
his stats, his playoff stats? Because I know Stanton does good in the playoffs, but I don't know about
he
Judge.
he has a low batting average,
Okay.
but he has a lot of home runs. I believe he has
Okay.
13 home runs already in his
And
career.
this is a different Judge we're gonna see this year. Than past years. Again, like Jose mentioned, he cut down his strikes. I expect uh above average to a good playoff from him. But let me ask you, Kenny, same questions. Is this season an outlier? Is he gonna have something close to it? Is it how much does this 61 affect his money this offseason? What do you think?
I mean, he's gonna get paid, So I was looking, the Yankees offer him 213.5 million for
Okay.
7 years. Okay. So I agree with Jose. I think you might have to add another 100 million on top of that to pretty much retain. And you might have to add another 3 more years on top of that, because I think he wasn't happy with the length, right? I know it sucks. I hate those.
I got the
But
chills.
Yo,
I'd rather
did you know that he said no in the negotiations? He never countered. He just said no. So nobody even
He
knows
bet on
what he
himself.
wants. Nobody knows what he wants. He just said straight no. There was no counter. There was no meetings to negotiate. It was just straight no. So nobody knows what he wants either. This is crazy. This is so bad.
maybe
It's
maybe he wants like a piece of the Yankees, like
might take that.
All right, gun to the head. Where does he finish with this year? How many home runs? Go ahead, Jose. How many? One number.
63,
63?
How many games left do we have?
8,
Eight, yeah.
6, something like that.
I'm not gonna say 60. I'll say 64.
64. I was gonna say 63. I thought you guys were gonna say 65, 66. Only you guys are gonna go
Nah,
crazy.
I was if there was more games, but
Before I leave the Aaron Judge topic, I want to shout out to Mike. Please, Mike, put some
Yes.
respect in Aaron Judge's name. He has earned it. All right. I don't want to hear no nonsense from your
I'll
mouth.
get him a hat.
Get him a jersey. Better do it. Anyway, let's go off to the bigger picture because we made the playoffs. Congratulations, Yankees. We're back in it again. That's something that we always do. You know, the sun always comes up every morning. The Yankees always make the playoffs. That's just a fact. All right.
Right.
You don't like it? Too bad. Don't follow baseball. But the playoff roster is 26-man roster. I don't know about that first round, like I was mentioning, between Cleveland, Seattle, Toronto, and Tampa, which it looks like it's going to be those four again. Like I mentioned, it's almost cemented. There's like 1 or 2 more games left for Baltimore, and they're out. But I don't know how many their roster is going to be. That's Mike's problem, not ours, because we get the buys, bro. Sorry, man. One day you'll get there. But 26 playoff roster, 4 starters. Name me my 4 starters. We already know the top 2 is going to be Cole and Cortez. Aaron Boone came out saying Cole's going to be number 1, even though we disagree probably. But Cortez is most likely going to be number 2. Who's the 3-4? Jose, go ahead.
I would say you have to put Severino in there. Even if you have the bullpen behind him, so 4 innings, and then you just bring whatever guys you have behind them, Schmidt and everything, whatever how that resolves. But the 4 guy has to be Talion. He's actually been picking up, bro. He's doing really good. So those are my 4. I like the righty, lefty, righty. So yeah, keep Cortez in the middle, and then Severino on that 3 slot.
What do you think, Kenny?
What do you do with Frankie Montas then? I mean, you traded for
He's
this
hurt.
guy. Yeah, but he's supposed to come back in October,
Really?
Yeah. So Cashman is kind of in a sticky situation,
It's so much.
I don't like
It's
Montas, but
me either. I didn't. I think
think
it was
he's a
backup.
blessing in this
you
guy.
traded
You
traded for this guy, right? So
yeah, he got hurt. It gives you an option to just like, oh, listen, you got hurt. I'm sorry, you can't be a starter. You came back in the playoffs, and
That's
so
true.
we're just gonna have to. And not for nothing, but Herman has pitched well this year, man. I'm not a big Herman fan. You guys know that, but my man has like a low 3 ERA, mid 3s, or something like that. He's
3.12,
well.
3.10.
Yeah. So if anything, Herman deserves it more than Frankie Montas. I agree with Jose. Put Sevy and Talion. Sevy to me should be 4 and Talion 3 because Sevy's a question mark, man. He either is electric or he can give up 2-3 runs. He's like he reminds me of Cole a lot, man. Lately, it's like they're either on and shut down or they're very. Who's your 3-4, Kenny?
I was gonna say the exact same people.
Okay.
Probably Sevy and then Tayon. I don't think
now,
they
Kenny,
will roll with Domingo, but it's possible.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Kenny, if there was and Kevin too, if there was a situation, I asked myself this, that we are behind, let's say against the Astros, do you still pitch Talion as your 4?
Versus like taking a chance.
It's going to be the Astros.
You mean like doing short? I mean, your options there would be Cole again, a short rest, and then or we want to go to Frankie or Herman.
Yeah.
I'd probably
I'd go with Cole first.
Depend if you're saying it's 2-1, I'd probably go Talion. If it's 3-0, I'll probably go Cole.
And then but what if it's ugly? Like he did bad on the first game. Do you still go to Cole?
I think you go Cole and you just put it on him. It's like, yo, this is what we paid you for. Yep. And he either burns his own ship or he rises up. Like you just got to give him the ball and be like, yo, my man, this is what we pay you for. You have to come through. If he doesn't come through, bro, he better not come back to New York next year. I'll tell you that, bro. Definitely not in the offseason.
He'll definitely get booed like every time
dead
he
man
takes
walk
them
right
out.
there. You don't pay somebody $300 million not to even do your job. Come on.
I agree
that's
with
the
that.
4. At least we settled that. Let's go to the position players. First base, Rizzo. Second base, going Glaber.
Mayhew. Oh no, yeah, that's right.
You have to go Glaber. He's having a good year. You have to go Glaber. He's having a good year. Not a great year, but no one's having like great years except for Judge and a couple guys, handful of guys. But go to her. I guess Falefa at short.
Yes.
Now here's the question: who's third? What do you think, Jose?
I have to be. It depends on LeMahieu. If he's healthy, I would have him at third.
Give us an update on LeMahieu. What's up? Does anybody have an update on LeMahieu?
He's supposed to come back today.
Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna
gives
give
us
it a go. He's not
okay.
healthy though.
No, he's not. His back foot, right? His foot,
His toe. He
his
has like
toe.
turf toe or something.
Got the Shaqitis, the big toe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
Pretty
ruined
much.
Shaq. Shaq was a superstar, full Hall of Famer, but he could have done better. If it wasn't for his big toe. But
Yeah, what worries me about, so going back to, and I'm sorry
go
to
ahead, go ahead.
what worries about me about him is they said that it doesn't hurt when he fields. It hurts when he's swinging. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the right option, but it's the best option. I rather LeMahieu over Donaldson. They have
Yeah,
the same defense,
at least
and
we
if
get
it
six
doesn't hurt on the
games
defense,
to
yeah,
look at him.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
we'll talk about this the night before the first playoff start and see like maybe the playoff roster exactly comes out. So who do you got a third, Kenny?
DJ.
DJ. Okay. All right. Center. Outfield is interesting. Okay. Outfield is interesting. We got Stan at DH. Are we agree? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess you can use if Carpenter comes back, Carpenter can be a lefty batter off the bench for, and maybe sometimes like maybe the last. I don't know. You really can't bench Stanton for just to put a right against a lefty because then you lose his bat unless it's like the ninth inning. You need a situational runner.
So do you put Stanton in the outfield then?
Has he played outfield since he came
He's
back?
not. Nah.
I don't think he's 100%. He just doesn't want to. He's the kind of guy who
Nah,
just
they're gonna
goes about
they're
his business
they're
quietly.
they're babying him. I mean, they just
I
need
think
him
they're
for the
baby. I think
playoffs.
he's not 100% either. I don't think he's 100%. He's just like, I have to come back.
They're gonna baby Judge too if they're gonna give him the back. We're gonna have two DHs.
All right, so let's go outfield. Who do we got at center? There's only two options.
I guess Judge or Bader, right?
Yeah. So who you got?
Um.
I got Bader, man.
I gotta
Yeah,
have
I
Bader.
guess you gotta
Bader.
put Bader
Yeah.
and Judge on left
Judge
or
plays
right.
perfect at right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
leave him at
right.
right.
So that's
Yeah.
settle. What about left? This is
That's
interesting.
the tricky one. Damn.
That's
Well,
true. Interesting.
it depends if Benintendi comes back. He's supposed to come back October, but
Yeah, playoffs again too. Yeah. You know
So
what hurts
is
about this conversation? That
yeah.
my favorite thing is contact, right? I think contact keeps the lineup moving, keeps everybody awake, keeps everybody going. And the two contact hitters, DJ and Benintendi, are question marks. And that's tough, man. For the playoffs, that's tough. I love those guys. I want to resign them. I want to keep both of them for next year.
Yeah.
So I guess scenario one, Benintendi's hurt. Who's left?
what's his face?
Oswaldo? Cabrera?
What about Hicks?
Nah, listen.
I go Cabrera, bro.
Defensive purposes, Hicks.
No, Oswaldo's a Gold Glover right now.
I'm saying on the bench. That's why I'll have him in the roster for defensive because I don't think Benintendi is going to play.
But
I
it's
think
not for nothing. There's nobody he's better defensively, and Bader's an elite defensive center fielder, and Judge is an elite defensive right fielder and a good center fielder too.
Agreed.
You're gonna see
I like Cabrera.
This is why I say Hicks, just because he has the experience. You get me? He knows playoff. He knows playoff baseball. So that's something that you can't teach with someone like Oswaldo Cabrera. He hasn't been there yet.
True.
Maybe you do Cabrera first game, and if he goes like 0 for 5 and 3 strikeouts, you're like, you know what? The moment was too big for him.
Right.
Let me put Hicks.
Yeah,
back.
you're right. Yeah.
And Hicks goes 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts. And you go back to Oswaldo. You know what? We'll take our chance with Benintendi. First game back, just put him in. It's gonna be interesting. Me personally, I like this kid of Cabrera. He can play short.
Yeah.
He can play third and second.
He plays everything except catching and pitching. He does everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And they said they can play him at first too. I couldn't believe that when they said they're gonna try him at first. Too. Yeah, switch hitter. This guy's definitely staying up in the majors next year. There's no doubt about it.
Jose
he's the
looks
Swiss
like
Army knife. Jose looks like he does. Jose, you look
like who said that? Kenny, I hate you.
I like him, man. He's happy. He gets you. He gets you like excited in the game. He's smiling. He doesn't strike out much. He's swinging all the time. So he's got to fix that a little bit because you don't want him to swing pitches out of the strike zone. But I like that kid a lot. Now here's the long part, right? That we got. Let's put 4 backups. A backup catcher is going to be Hickey. All right.
Yeah.
You need a backup infielder, backup outfielder. So we kind of settled the backup outfielder because it's going to be Hicks and Oswaldo Cabrera. So one of them is going to be a backup. You know, if Benintendi comes back, that's a whole different conversation that we're going to have. But we need a back. We got the backup of it. We need a backup infielder and a lefty situational hitter, which I think is going to be Matt Carpenter. Who's the backup infielder at that point?
Donaldson.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's tricky though, because then you put Donaldson at 30 and you got to move DJ around. They have a lot of flexibility though. They have a lot of flexibility.
I mean, DJ can play second. He can play first.
Yeah, he'll be the switch around guy. So
you kind of need DJ. You kind of need DJ the next 6 games. We got to keep an eye on him.
The only thing that you don't really have, and I guess like you can put Cabrera, but you don't really have flexibility on the shortstop. Because you ain't putting Torres on there.
No, you put Oswaldo Cabrera. Yeah, you don't have Oswaldo. Yeah, because I don't think Peraza is gonna make the playoff roster.
No, they're holding him back. I like this kid though.
Me too. You're gonna see him a lot the next 6 games because it doesn't matter. But he won't make the playoff roster. He won't make the playoff roster. No. Is Marwin Gonzalez gonna make the playoff roster? No, because he can play short.
You have Cabrera.
Yeah.
And that he's a better upgrade. He's terrible. I mean, we just have him there because we have him because he's a super utility guy. But
exactly.
Yeah,
he's not on the team next year. No, it's gonna be Cabrera's gonna take that spot.
This is how bad that they don't want Gleiber to play shortstop. If you look at like the depth chart, they have him last. Like, he ain't playing at all.
Did he play? I'm pretty sure he played like 1 inning or 2 innings this year.
Really?
I like to think they tried at least 1 inning on him this year.
They're gonna give you 1 inning. Give you 1 inning.
And everybody tried to hit it to him too. Like, you know what? We're gonna test him out. But Gleyber's a funny guy, man. The long part now is the relievers. Tell me, what do you, Jose? Give me 4 guys who are definitely gonna make it to the relievers. Clay Holmes until later he's been terrible. Yeah, but you got to put Clay Holmes in there. You got to put you have to put in Trevino. Mm-hmm. He's been really good. Man, it's like this bullpen has been terrible this year, by the way. Yeah, I know, especially at the end.
Yeah, because even Britton came back and he's really not that impressive.
Does Britton make it playoff roster?
No. I would say the
I don't want
ALCS, not the division series.
I just haven't seen anything good from the guy.
I'm telling you,
terrible contract.
Our bullpen went downhill when like Green went down.
Correct.
That's my man. Yeah, Kevin don't like Green, but
what?
Don't listen to
I found that about Green.
He's a Chad Green hater, bro.
Yeah, all right. So you got Clay Holmes. Right. You said who
Trevino.
Else did you say? Trevino.
I got Loaizaga.
Loaizaga, that's 3.
And I would say, what's that? That lefty.
Wandy Peralta. Lucas.
Wandy.
Lucas. I can't say his name. Lucas Lito. Latigue.
Licky. Something like that.
There you go. You're right.
Yeah, Lucas Luigi.
He's all right. He's just a like trash innings, whatever.
Yeah, he's not gonna get 8 or 9 innings, 8th inning or a 9th inning. But I think Wandy Peralta doesn't make it though. Wandy Peralta.
I think Wandy. Yeah, I think
Based on the way this guy coaches, you see him in the 8th inning sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's like 4 guys, 5 guys.
How many you get? 12, right?
9 relievers. We're gonna go 9. By the process of elimination, 9 relievers.
Yeah. Okay.
Clark
so
Schmidt,
who's our setup man then? They all suck.
Trevino. He earned it. Trevino.
I think it's between Trevino, Loaizaga, and sometimes Holmes. I don't know if you've seen it lately, but he's been coming in the 8th too.
Yeah.
They should put him as closer. They should put him as.
We don't got a closer. Yeah, we don't have a closer.
We don't have a closer. This is crazy.
They asked Aaron Boone in the interview, "Who is your closer?" He freaking beat around the question. He said, "Well, we're doing it by committee, and we're gonna try it out every inning." So in other words, you don't have a closer. He didn't want to say it because that's why they like Aaron Boone, the Yankees, because not because he's smart, but because he knows how to handle the press. He's a very nice guy and stuff like that. That's kind of what they got him for, man. Because he's kind of a little bit of a puppet.
Let me put a scenario. Let me put a scenario in your head. Game 7, right? We're winning by 1. Bases loaded. Who do you have there to close? You can't answer that.
No, I can't.
You can't say Holmes. Chapman. Don't say Chapman.
No,
I'll put Holmes.
I don't even know if Chapman makes the team. You kind of have to ride and die with Clay Holmes.
Yeah.
This
unless
is
it's
your
a
chance.
lefty, then I might just take a chance on a lefty reliever. But let's just say it's a righty. I might try Trevino. I mean, it's between Trevino and Clay Holmes, man. It's insane.
Bregman up bat, Altuve.
I
Man,
know.
that's ridiculous. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how much Holmes dropped off. Like, I don't know what's going on. Is he injured? Are they like covering something? They're saying something about his sinker is not sinking. Like, this is the worst time. We're going into the playoffs with no closer. We can't close. It's crazy. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we have no closer. We have no
God, we're
closer.
gonna be so nervous in the playoffs.
Yo,
We're
Cashman
gonna die.
Cashman is gonna go to Judge. He's like, I'll pay you another extra 100 if you close games too.
Off
Let
the
me ask you
table.
about two young kids, Clark Schmidt and Ron Marinuccio. Are they making the playoff roster?
Nah, I don't think so.
Wow.
I like Marinaccio.
Me too. I like them a lot.
I think they're building. I think Schmidt is gonna make it because they're building him as a long relief. So
Okay.
I think he's gonna be one of those guys that, like, again, Severino starts game 3. The one that's behind him is Schmidt.
Okay.
I think that's how it's gonna happen.
So based
3
on
innings.
the starters we said, Herman makes the relievers. As I think he'll have and he'll be like Clark Schmidt. Them two will be the long relievers. God
Yeah,
forbid
Yes.
somebody does wrong, boom, they come in.
Yes.
Clark Schmidt if it's a blowout, Herman if it's like a 1-run game, something
Correct.
like that. Because Herman's probably more they confide in Herman a lot more.
He's the
who we
the
missing?
lead.
Efros, you making the playoff roster?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of has
Yeah,
to.
you got to. Yeah, exactly. You have to.
I don't know. So
He's hurt, right?
No, he just came back.
no,
He just
he's
came back
fine.
yesterday, I think it was, or the day
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah, he just pitched. He actually, what happened was Britton goes up, beginning of the inning, gets one out, lows the next two, of course. I'm like, this guy. And Efros came in and got rid of and got the out. Oh, no, it was one out with nobody on base when Britton got on the mound. You got another out. That's 2 outs. Then he walked the next 2 guys. And then Efros came and got. So Efros, you might have something good. Efros, you need him to come back the way he was pitching with the Cubs. You need everybody to come back, man. It's important. Hopefully they rest guys. Hopefully, we need this. It seems like there's a lot of question marks with this bullpen, unfortunately.
A lot.
Yeah.
The worst time.
We never talked about Trevino at catcher, but that's settled already.
Easy.
That's it, bro.
And
Is
Albert
Tim Locastro-
Abreu, he's not coming back anytime.
Who?
soon?
Nah.
Albert Abreu.
I don't even want him, man. Him or Miguel
No.
Castro, I don't want.
Nah, man, yeah.
At this
those guys
point,
are out.
even if they come back, they're not going to show enough to make the playoff roster.
Right.
I think you should cut both of them next year. I don't like them. I don't like them. I like Ron Marinuccio. I like Clark Schmidt in the bullpen. We love Dominicans here. Stop. Please don't like us.
Thank you.
Don't unsubscribe. Guys, I'm gonna call it this is it for now, guys. Thank you so much, Jose, for joining us. Hopefully we do some
Awesome.
more. Hopefully
Was that you
join us
gotta
with
join the
Knicks.
Knicks?
Yes, that's
Let's
a
go.
lot of fun too.
I can't wait for that one. I actually got excited. I thought we were going to talk about that. Yeah, but man, it's already 6:40. We did good.
Tuesday is the first preseason game, guys. I'm watching it. NBA preseason for the Knicks. It's Tuesday.
Who's it? The Pistons,
And
right?
yeah, Pistons. I'm gonna watch it. Hopefully next time we talk regarding the Yankees, we can talk about Judge hitting 60, 69, 70, and we can talk about more playoff decision. Hopefully Benintendi comes back sooner, Matt Carpenter. Who knows? A lot of stuff. But just want to say thank you guys for joining us. Please subscribe and press the like button or the thumbs up. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Kenny. Guys, want to say goodbye?
Later, guys.
Thanks, Jose, for joining us, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Have a
Awesome
good
time.
Friday, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Later, guys.